who might not know what's going on. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is LaRon Anderson, editor-in-chief of Black Indy Live, the #1 source of independent news for the black community in the state of Indiana. We're live on the scene in Louisville, Kentucky on the day of the Kentucky Derby, where a show of protests and demonstrations has been scheduled in solidarity with Breonna Taylor, who was murdered here in her sleep. We have the NFAC, the Not Fucking Around Coalition, armed black militia, who announced a day of unrest scheduled here since they last showed up in the town a little bit over a month ago. Since then, the Kentucky Derby has been closed for fans. There really, to my knowledge, hasn't been too much of updates in the Breonna Taylor case, but the NFAC said despite the closure of the Derby, they will still be showing up here today. So in response to that, several other black activist groups, Black Lives Matter, and also appears right-wing militias have showed up here today as well. So right now, I'm on the scene in downtown Louisville, where people who are arriving initially have congregated. As you see, we've already seen several confrontations between activists, some armed with people who they suspect of practicing white supremacy. For the most part, I've been to a few of these things. It seems pretty peaceful right now. Nobody's throwing punches. Nobody's pointing guns at each other, but several people from opposing sides, it appears to be, are confronting one another. So as we prepare to catch up with the NFAC a little bit later, right now I just want to make sure I got some footage of what was going down as people arrived. Please, guys, keep us informed in the chat room of what's going on. I can't really see the screen because of the glare, but in between our lives, I'm going to check out you guys' comments, see if you guys pass me any information that will be relevant. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I actually left my bulletproof vest and my security in Indianapolis. So, hey, I'm protected by the Lord, though. Don't worry about it. Somebody said the Proud Boys are a couple blocks away. If y'all want me to go get some footage of the Proud Boys, go ahead and put the intersection they're at. And I'm slightly familiar with Louisville. I'll find it. It's always great to see the one, the only CJTV. So CJ, because I have a group of people who are straight CJ fans. So I always have to make sure my CJ people are well taken care of. Since you've been in Kenosha, you've been in Seattle, where you from, you've been here, obviously you're here right now. What is the vibe you're getting from just the feeling? What are you expecting to see later? And just your general thoughts. And I'm going to hold this a little bit close, but just for the audio.
I know mics, I know they go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're asking the vibe that I'm getting right now, huh? Mm-hmm. Honestly, this is pretty surreal because I've never seen this much firepower on two sides of the line that's had conversations at such an elevated rate. That's had a walkaway situation, It's like the whole one-for-one thing is happening, but usually it just takes one person, even just to drop one of these things. I mean, that's what I was thinking, is everyone's bumping into each other. Someone has to just drop one of these guns, and once the one goes off, they're all going to start going off. And that scares me because I asked down here, like, if someone pulls the trigger, who's pulling it, and where's the barrel pointed? Now who? Like, who? We're here to defend each other. Who are we defending each other against, if that's what everyone's saying? So that was the question I had. But I mean, the difference is, I think that down here, there's much more order. There's much more understanding as to who you're here with. I mean, you're either a citizen, a private citizen with the right to carry, repping your Second Amendment, or you are part of like the militia over here, the New Federal Militia, the gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen in purple. Or you are with like the 3%ers and the Angry Vikings and the Patriots. Everyone kind of knew where they were with. So I get that adds a little bit more structure in the chaos, which is crazy to say because that by itself, in definition, is almost an oxymoron.
Well, CJ, I don't want to keep you tied up because I'm sure I will be seeing you several more times. Everybody in the chat saying, what's up, CJ? I know if y'all saying that, y'all already probably in his chat. Thank you for coming over here, though.
Yeah, get my man Black Indy Live right here. Let me see your live.
Yeah, as always, man, because I love CJTV. Y'all, make sure you support CJTV. If you're not following him, follow him. Unfortunately, a lot of the great footage in his page was removed from Facebook, so he has a brand new page at CJTV. Make sure it's not a fake one. And then, you know, check him out because, you know, CJ's been putting in work, man. And some of the footage he got down in Kenosha was legendary, as I call it. It was streamers, other streamers will call it. We appreciate you, you know, and keep it going. I'll see you around here. What up, CJ TV people? We appreciate y'all. Keep supporting independent journalism, citizen journalists, citizen streamers, man. You know, and I cover Indianapolis, but I also cover, you know, I've covered Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Kenosha. I was up there, and now I'm in Louisville, y'all. So it's a great thing to see other people who are doing it at a high level too. So we'll see y'all again. My man CJ TV. We'll see y'all. Be safe, y'all. I'll see y'all. So what up, y'all? As you know, if you're following a CJ saga, that's a good dude right there. It's not necessarily about, I see somebody saying it's about donating money, but the thing is, when you're doing independent journalism, I've been doing Black Indie Live for 3 years now, and we're not just live streams, we're actually a journalism site. We have a website, we cover events, and when you're not backed by multi-million-dollar companies, it can be expensive. So, you know, I love what I do. I would do it for free, which is why I've been doing it for free most of the time. The opportunity to travel around the country and film this has kind of opened my eyes to what's going on. It's funny because I think what's going on is playing in the background. Maybe that's why I said that, but I would love to be able to travel around, see other places, and fund an independent Black-owned media organization that can give you guys a real deal view of what's on the street. So when I pin my Cash App or say you can support, it's truly and sincerely to help us continue to grow and reach people and do the right thing. I know you guys work hard for your money. It's a pandemic. Every dollar and cent counts. That's why I am so thankful to the people who have donated. All this new equipment I have is literally from my donation and support fund. And the community of Indianapolis is unbelievable. And so if I don't make 1 cent for my work today, I'm completely at peace and happy that all of you are here. So I just want to clarify that, because I know when people are putting donation links in the chats and stuff, it can get a little bit testy. You want to know who you're supporting. Are people profiting off the pain and oppression and death of others? So again, if you don't want to support monetarily, just go ahead, like and share the video. I'll be just as happy. So that's my PSA for donating. And this is Louisville Anderson with Black Indie Live. So again, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. It's kind of died down right now. We have groups of militias, armed militias, Black Lives Matter, white wing militias who have gathered as we prepare for the NFAC armed black militia to arrive in the area of the Kentucky Derby. So right now I'm in downtown Louisville where a lot of people are congregating. We've seen some confrontations with some armed people, but like CJ said, people have been able to walk away. And with the condition of American society right now, we have to applaud when armed people on opposing sides can argue about their differences and nobody gets shot. I mean, if y'all like that or you think that's a good thing, hit the like or love button. So as everything clears out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around. I'm going to get some groups on camera. Some people do not want to be on camera. So if they say they don't want to be on camera, I'm going to walk away. And then as we prepare later, I'm going to see the chat, see where the NFAC is, and I'm going to get in there. Also, don't be shy and let us know where you're watching from, because I will occasionally read the chat and shout out your town, city, area, province, country, continent. Just let us know. Yeah, it does look like a lot of the right-wing people may have left the area. I'm not sure if they went home, but there wasn't too many here. Like when I got here, I saw maybe like 5 to 10. What up, Tampa? I see you on the chat. What's up, Maui Owie? What's going on? When y'all are watching from across large bodies of water, I get really like, woo, water. So shout out to Hawaii, the great state. I see Virginia. I was in Virginia not too long ago. Beautiful, beautiful area. Pontiac, Michigan. What's up, Michigan? My family's from Ypsi. in Ann Arbor and Detroit. Shout out to Michigan. Pennsylvania, San Francisco.
And they were like, hey, you're not in trouble. We're actually worried about your life, and here's why. And they showed me all these pictures. But immediately, right beforehand, on social media, took a shit. And I was like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, they were like, hey, heads up, they're trying to kill you. So I was like, oh, wow. Because I thought the banter between her and I was friendly, but I guess you took it more personal.
All right, here's a quick question I've always had. Three birds are obviously kind of like seemingly racist assholes, like extremely far right.
Either that or they're bootleggers. Like, you know, they the back of the
What's up, Oregon? I see you. Oregon, Little Rock, Arkansas. I see y'all. Quick update, LaRon Aronson with Black and Live. We're in downtown Louisville. Looks like between the blocks. It looks like I'm on 4th Street. This area has been shut down or shut off. This little block from here to right there, where several members of militia, activism groups, many armed people have gathered in preparation for what I believe will be the larger demonstration when the NFAC, not fucking around, armed black militia, comes to Louisville today. Today is the day of the Kentucky Derby, which already has been shut down for fans. As we've gathered here, we've seen several confrontations, arguments. A lot of people are heated, asking for justice for Breonna Taylor, which is, you know, why people are gathered here in the first place. As you guys can see now, everybody's kind of spread out. They've shut down and spread out. When I switch lives here and go to my other live later with the NFAC, I'm going to see what's going on, see what's been going on. Because I think when they start getting ready, people are going to be going live. If you're aware of another live that's on the scene of where they are, feel free to let me know. Or message me and let me know. Guys, there's so many racists and white supremacists in the chat. One of my mods is sick right now. My other one may or may not be in here, but it gets overwhelming sometimes. So I say don't feed the trolls. Just ignore them. Or just know that they're trolling you and respond accordingly. And then we get screenshots and footage and send it to their jobs, their therapists, their rabbis, their kids, and get them fired. You know, I think we just had a fresh firing this week from our time in Kenosha. So let them make the racist comments, respond accordingly, and we'll see if they have a job next week. And if you like that, hit the like and the share button. Somebody said, do I just stream from Kentucky? No, we are an independent news site that covers the black community in Indianapolis, Indiana, which is the capital of Indiana, and then the surrounding area of the state of Indiana. Recently, we have been branching out to cover more of the national protests and uprisings and demonstrations. We've covered Minneapolis. We were in Kenosha a few days ago. We've been in Indianapolis, Indiana, our home city, which had multiple days of riots and uprisings and deaths. Multiple deaths on the street. So now we're in Louisville. So don't be afraid to like and follow us no matter where you are, so we can give you this on the ground breaking coverage of protests around the country, particularly in the Midwest. And if you want me to go farther than the Midwest, you guys see the donate thing. Independent black media, we're out here. We try to keep it going. What's up, bro? That's why I'm not even aiming. I got y'all. So like I told y'all, people don't want to go on camera. Some people are hooded up completely. Some people are carrying their weapons openly. So I'm just making sure while I navigate out here, we don't get anybody out here. So far, nothing has popped off where people like don't need to be on camera. Nothing illegal. But we know this is a touchy situation. Somebody said where the white militias are. It looks like most of them are left. There's a couple of them still over there, or what I can only assume are them. The group I saw earlier, which had that older guy, he ain't even here no more. So I don't know if they're going to where NFAC is or what. So I see y'all asking that in the chat. I'll try to stay away from the music so it don't overpower. Yeah, I got so many pockets and so much equipment. I'm barely keeping up with what I have in my pocket. All right, looks like there might be some more white militia over here. I'll get some shots of them. Y'all want me to interview the militia? Y'all know me, I walk the streets. Black and Live does pretty dangerous stuff all the time. So me interviewing a white right-wing militia. Oh, let me get this. This is pretty. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all want me to go interview the militia.
Sometimes the soul doesn't get the notice. It has a hole in it due to things that happened in the past, hurt, abuse, molestation. But we want to speak to you today and tell you that God wants to heal the hole in your soul. Some people's actions are not because their spirit is wrong.
Yes, I will be live with the NFAC. If they're already getting ready now, let me know in the chat where they are. I just want to make sure I stop downtown first and get the footage. It looks like it's clearing out here, so yeah, I'm getting ready to pack up. No, this is not Indianapolis. We are in Louisville, Kentucky, on site of demonstrations during the Kentucky Derby, which is scheduled to go on later tonight. In a show of solidarity with Breonna Taylor, as you're looking at her memorial right now. The NFAC, Not Fucking Around coalition, scheduled a day of protests and demonstrations here. In response to that, several other activism groups, militia groups, right-wing groups also scheduled demonstrations here. Right now, I'm in downtown Louisville, just a few miles off the side of where Churchill Downs is. That's the side of the Kentucky Derby. The NFAC has kind of kept quiet where they're going to be coming through. Most people expect that to be around the area of Churchill Downs. But right now, I want to make sure I got some footage downtown in Louisville, Kentucky. And some of these groups converge on one another. You guys saw some confrontations. A lot of people are armed so far. There's been really nothing going on as far as fights or anything. People communicate their differences, separated. 100% peaceful protests. Where some people see all these guns and like how that happened. So far it's happened. So let's hope that keeps going on today. Y'all keep saying white militia. I'm not sure if this is the white militia, because I see they got some black folks over here. Maybe they're over here. Now these are Black Lives. So all these people are black. These white folks you see armed, I'm pretty sure are Black Lives Matter. But I'll show you their guns, nevertheless. So you guys who are telling me to get the My Militia folks, I really don't think they're here anymore. I'm gonna keep walking around the perimeter. So just know, please like and follow this page because we will be going live when I find the NFAC. Shout out to everybody watching from all over the world. Please keep putting your location in the chat. Special shout out to the CJTV people. Special shout out to my family from Indianapolis, Indiana. So yeah, y'all good? How y'all feeling? Let us know. Let us know how y'all feeling today. You see not a single black person in that entire group? Yeah, there's a whole group of them. Look. There's a whole bunch of them right there. Now they're slightly segregated in the way they're standing, but they're all armed. I think that one of them ladies has on a Black Lives Matter shirt, so I'm almost positive, y'all, that's not white militia. What's up, Birmingham? I see y'all in here. What up, Baltimore? I see y'all. So yeah, it looks like stuff is winding down here on the main plaza, so I'm gonna get ready to go. This is Lorian Anderson again, editor-in-chief of Black Indie Live, the largest source of independent news for the black community in Indianapolis, Indiana, and the state of Indiana. You're taking a look at the Breonna Taylor Memorial here in downtown Louisville. on the site or on the day of the Kentucky Derby, where several activism and militia groups led by the Not Fucking Around Coalition have announced a day to disrupt the Derby here in Louisville in a show of solidarity for the memory of Breonna Taylor, who was slain here. Go to the park. All right, y'all. So let me head to my car. I'm about to leave right now, which means I will not be live for a little bit. But right now, let me know where I should be going, because it sounds like y'all know something I don't.
Like,
Y'all say go to the park. What park? And even better, if you want to send me an address, send that in the chat, or at least the name of the park. If you send the name of the park, I can find it. What up, Cleveland? People say the Derby's happening, so if the Derby is happening, that means the Derby is over.
Correctional center. Managed neighborhoods in Kenosha. And the school was built on contaminated ground for France. Hell yeah. If nobody else heard that, the school was built on contaminated land where Kenosha France so their water that they were drinking out of the water faucet was actually contaminated for a couple years before they fixed it or tried to straighten it up. If you look beyond the school, you'll see what was formerly the Uptown Pick and Save. And they took it out of the lowest community, out of the lowest income community, out of all stores, they took the grocery store out. And now we have an expanding grocery store in our disadvantaged neighborhood. And there ain't no other grocery store near here. 2 miles away. 2 miles away to the closest grocery store. In a community where some people aren't driving. In a community where some buses aren't coming through. There's only a couple routes in this neighborhood. There's actually only like 3. We're going to take a stop right here so people can catch up. We're going to let everyone catch up real quick. Come and get some water. We got cold water. We got some snacks. We got water, y'all. Come on, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask. I know y'all thirsty. If I start throwing them, are you going to catch up? Come and get some cold water, guys. This is what Kenosha looks like. This is what community looks like. Come join us. Go to the back. Drive with us. Around the clock. Okay, on get some cold water, guys. We got some Gatorade, we got some snacks, we got some apples, some oranges. Come and get some water.
Are you Mary Elijah? How you doing? I'm Elizabeth Webb. I've been like following your lives and everything like that.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, KG. Oh, it's good to see you, baby.
Y'all way back there. Come get some water. Sorry, I didn't mean to
regards to Invincible by Amine, but that song is really good, so you should go on your favorite streaming service and play it. It's on the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, in case anybody is interested in that. Alright, so break's over. On 62nd Street and 14th Avenue. So there's a couple more people joining in.
What democracy looks like. Tell me what community looks like. This is what community looks like.
Tell them to pause a second. Tyrone, stand in front of the cars over there.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, well, you have a good rest of the day, okay? Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yep, you too.
Glovo, aplikacija koja ti donosi sve što poželiš. Suši ili burger, naruči Glovo. Treba ti nešto iz prodavnice.
If you guys want to find out how to get a live subscriber count for your channel, make sure you guys watch this video.
It's already seen.
Black lives matter. 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 Black over here to your right. Y'all see him right here in the front? He's got the glasses, black shirt. He's a pastor. He is the pastor of Grace Lutheran. Tell the love, y'all.
You get it up now, since we're here. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look around the neighborhood.
Appreciate you.
I want you to understand that Kenosha has been spending a lot of money to revamp downtown, make it a tourist destination, and people who work there never see a return on that money. You look in that neighborhood where a lot of people work to fund up Kenosha, and the investment never goes back to the neighborhood. So it's time, like I said, we the people have the power. Voice our
I'm not trying to just cover arguments, so I'm just glad to see that guy got his picture. He's able to go ahead and now, grab his boys and go. I don't know why he's still engaged. Looks like one of his sons is over here. There he is. There he goes. Both his sons are there now. He's all right.
No, because I sat here and got fucked up with them for 100 days. Cops come out here and fuck me up on multiple occasions.
That doesn't give you the right. You have the right because you're American.
To these people, it does give me the fucking right.
But you're an American citizen.
That means I have the right, and you can't just march in here and do whatever the fuck you want.
Why can't a man take a picture? I'm here as a civil person.
Were you standing with the other side before this? Because that's fucking fine.
I stand with my Heavenly Father. Do you stand with God?
I don't believe in God.
That's your choice, see?
You're right, it is.
So should we be
Right.
mad at you? No, and you should be mad at us.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just asking you to leave repeatedly, and you motherfuckers keep looking at me like I'm
You're
stupid.
standing with Jesus, right? You're standing with him.
Look. Check this out. They took their picture. It's done. No more conversation. I would like to shake
We don't want no problem. I don't want no fucking problem.
I'll shake your hand, bro.
I didn't want no fucking problem.
There we go. Everyone wants to see it in peacefully. That's what they're looking for.
Y'all don't have the right to be here. It's just right now tensions are high, man. And this is what's going to bring the peace back.
Let's calm everybody down. Let's join forces.
Well, we can't do that right now.
Okay, our point is, you want to come and stay with us? Where have you been for the last 24
Oh, this goes right back into
So
it.
are you saying that you don't want reinforcement? I respect that. But here's the point. We all have
It's like a political debate.
It is. The thing is, everyone's talking around the same table topic, and everyone wants to eat the same turkey, but no one wants to take the first cut.
And if this would involve a mediator, then everybody would, listen.
It's just hard to find someone that can mediate.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a Republican and Democratic.
Why did they even get involved?
We have no idea.
Why did you join up with them?
Right, why did y'all show up on the same
This is
goddamn
why
day?
they got involved. They're being paid by somebody who wants to create so much ruckus in
So
America.
then why did you march with them then?
No. Oh, you're talking about the NFAC or the...
I worked with the NFAC.
The white person. Okay, so this is what happened. The protests weren't enough. Okay, the protests were not enough. They had to get more going on. So they got 3%ers riled up, then they got NFAC.
Who's they?
The powers that be. The media, the people saying
You still asking the question. If you're saying they got 3%ers riled up, why did you march with 3%?
We just marched.
Why do you just march with us if you're with us? If you're
Because every time we show up, we get yelled at.
No.
I've never seen any of it.
Never seen you before.
I was here last time.
Well, we seen you when you marched in with the 3%.
Because you're feeding us a line of bullshit.
Yeah, you
You act like you want to stand with us, but you haven't been here.
I'm not standing with you.
No.
You've never been here.
No, you can stand wherever you want to. I don't care.
No, you act like you want to support our cause. Where the hell have you been?
I'm not supporting any cause.
Okay, then march.
Nobody's stupid.
You're not supporting our cause, you get the fuck out of Dodge, bro.
I just want a picture.
That's it. You got your picture. Right now.
It's wild. It's one of the things, yeah. I mean, we say it time and time again, you know, it comes down to reading the room, you know. You have your rights, yeah, but you also put yourself in the line of fire. I mean, that's where you're standing, so it's tough. The room here didn't really want that presence, and, you know, sometimes you have to negotiate with within the lines of your rights, I suppose, which sucks because, like you said, I should be able to come here and do this right now, get my own picture in front of this building, and you know, he got it finally, but it came out of much controversy and a lot of fighting. So, arguing, not fighting, I'll say arguing. But they were able to finally get the picture, have a conversation. Hopefully they'll be able to get some resolution on that. So, my guy, good to see you again, man.
It's always great to see the one, the only CJ TV. So CJ, because you know I have a group of people who are straight CJ fans. So I always have to make sure my CJ people are well taken care of. Since you've been in Kenosha,
yeah,
you've been in Seattle, where you from?
Yeah,
you've been here. Obviously, you're here right now. What is the vibe you're getting from just the feeling? What are you expecting to see later? And just your general thoughts. And I'm gonna hold this a little bit close.
You're good, man. I know mics. I know how they go.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're asking the vibe that I'm getting right now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this is pretty surreal because I've never seen this much firepower on two sides of the line that's had conversations at such an elevated rate that's had a walkaway situation, you know? It's like the whole one-for-one thing is happening, but usually it just takes one person, even just to drop one of these things. I mean, that's what I was thinking, is everyone's bumping into each other. Someone has to just drop one of these guns, and once the one goes off, they're all gonna start going off. And that scares me because I asked down here, like, if someone pulls the trigger, who's pulling it, and where's the barrel pointed? Now who? We're here to defend each other. Who are we defending each other against, if that's what everyone's saying, you know? So that was the question I had, But I mean, the difference is, I think that down here, there's much more order. There's much more understanding as to who you're here with. I mean, you're either a citizen, a private citizen with the right to carry, repping your Second Amendment, or you are part of like the militia over here, the New Federal Militia, the gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen in purple. Or you were with like the 3%ers and the Angry Vikings and the Patriots. You know, everyone kind of knew where they were with. And so I get that adds a little bit more structure in the chaos, which is crazy to say because that by itself, in definition, is in the Patriots. You know, everyone.
Well, CJ, I don't want to keep you tied up because I'm sure I will be seeing you several more times.
Oh, you will.
Everybody in the chat saying, "What's up, CJ?"
What's up, y'all?
I know if y'all saying that, y'all already probably in his chat. Thank you for coming over here, though.
Hey, give my man Black Indie Live right here. Let me see your line again.
Yeah, as always, man, because I love CJ TV. Y'all make sure you support CJ TV. If you're not following him, follow him. Unfortunately, a lot of the great footage in his page was removed from Facebook, so he has a brand new page. It's CJ TV. Make sure it's not a fake one.
Yeah.
And then, you know, check him out because, you know, CJ's been putting in work, man, and some of the footage he got down in Kenosha was legendary, as I call it, with streamers, other streamers will call it. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know, and keep it going. I'll see you around here. What up, CJ
right.
TV people? We appreciate y'all. Keep supporting independent journalism.
Absolutely.
Citizen journalists, citizen streamers, man. You know, and I cover Indianapolis, but I also cover, you know, I've covered Indianapolis, Minneapolis, Kenosha. I was up there.
Yes, sir, you
know,
were.
I'm in Louisville, y'all, so it's a great thing to see other people who are doing it at a high level, too.
Represent. My man, so good seeing you again.
CJ TV.
Black Indie Live, my man, Laurent right there. All right, we'll see you. Rep for you again. Where you at again?
What's that?
What your channel again?
Oh, First Amendment Association.
It's First Amendment Association right here.
Based out of Terre Haute, Indiana.
Terre Haute, Indiana. All right. So there are the streamers out here, and they've actually been encouraging it, which I think is great. You know, the conversations we've had, much like the militia group over here that we were talking to, had to say that they really want to see live streamers out here because they have no love for the mainstream media, just due to the fact that they get painted in a different light. You know, they're out here to protect the people and rep the citizens. So again, I'm gonna try to get some food in my belly, guys. I know it's tough for me to say I'm gonna do it, but I'm actually gonna try this time. So I know I've got a lot of you on here right now, and I love you for coming back in. Hey, the day is going to keep going like this. It's going to be interesting, so keep your phones handy.
4:30 today.
So, yeah, stay close to the phone. We're going to be heading down to the Derby here in just a minute and catching up with INFAC and what's going on down there. So, anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you for jumping in, jumping out. This is a really ambiguous thing here. You know, there's no real schedule behind what I do and how I'm going to be able to do it. But at the end of it all, I'm just going to try to make sure every time something starts cracking off, I turn the camera on and give you a chance to be here with me and experience what I'm experiencing while I experience it. So news while it happens, not after it happened. So I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. What's up, my guy? All right.
One jumped out.
Got one.
Right on this green ping stone, there's a guy behind that pillar. His boyfriend's flying in.
Okay.
Bodied. And another one. Oh yeah, because he just got the most wanted.
I'm gonna go down.
Anything else?
Someone else is shooting him from the buy station, dude. This is two teams.
From the buy station. Yep. Trying to be careful not to break my legs.
Oh yeah, we got our snipers. We're coming. What? Oh, he's up here with me.
Oh no. No. Oh my god.
Oh, there was a ladder over there? I thought the ladder was only on the other side. I thought it was only on the other side. My bad. I thought it was on the other side.
Check your fire.
Oh no, someone shot me in the rear.
You gonna play Diablo 4 when it comes out?
They made him crawl on all fours, like an animal.
Jeez.
Okay, so I don't know the situation, so I really
have,
can't talk about it.
We have it on all the communities. It's an issue where cops, they've been granted all this power and authority, but they weren't trained how to hold that that authority.
No,
because you have to be
been,
responsible. No, they haven't,
They do.
because it's evident in the way that they treat people and the way they abuse their power. Like, I grew up in a small town, and it was just a general known fact that the cops had a God complex. Like, we call it God complex.
Okay.
Because as soon as they get that little badge, right, they think, oh, I'm king now. You must do what I say because I have authority, and if you don't, I will force you to do what I say, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so you got people who, I don't need to show you my ID. They don't. They have no legal obligation to show anything or to respond to the officer if they are not breaking the law.
Yeah.
Yet people like that, just because they refuse to, have their rights violated, will have their rights violated in a forceful manner until they comply. And that's terror. That is flat out terrorism being used by small dick energy officers who go out there and use that badge to feel like God.
So let me ask you guys this.
And those cops don't get held accountable.
What percentage of cops do you think are good people, law-abiding?
We don't know that. That's internal.
No, I'm just asking you guys. I'm asking you guys what percentage do you think? How much?
Less than 10%.
I don't know.
So,
I'm not.
So you're thinking
I won't
90% of the cops are not good.
Have their hands or have put their hands in corrupt pies.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't know the statistics of it, so I'm not gonna be guessing to you.
Let me ask you this: have you ever talked with an officer?
Oh yeah, I've talked to sergeants, I've talked to locals, I've talked to all of it because I'm a journalism, and I'm able to see like them as a human being, but at the end of the day, they're not human beings.
That's good.
No, I understand that. I fully,
that's good.
and I understand also how they use tactics as well. I've been there. When they say circle it, they're going to circle, and there's a sergeant that talks about it. I know. I've spoken to that.
But let me ask you this, okay? Why do they circle it? Why did they circle?
Why do you think they circle? Because I just came here and it's already circled.
Why do you think? No, I'm asking you.
Why do I think?
Yeah.
To protect. Actually, to de-escalate. De-escalate what's happening that was outside here.
I disagree.
What were they doing?
To protect the BLM people. If the cops weren't here, I think it would have got it. We're gonna look at these.
And when was
four
that?
guys.
Right, I understand.
Look at these 4 guys walking here. Okay, so if anybody in the BLM group talked shit to clowns like that, because these guys were spoiling for a fucking fight.
But they said that they were, but the people in the BLM were actually here for peaceful and have, look, their purpose was peaceful, they weren't harming anybody,
but what happens is, if you're flying a flag that says Antifa on it, you're basically saying...
Nobody had a flag that said
No, there was a guy.
What is it called? What, is it so Antifa?
It was fuck Antifa. There was a fuck Antifa, and I was in the opposition.
He had a flag that was Antifa. I saw it on a pole, and then the pole, it was a wood pole, and it had a shaved in, a pike up.
Yes, that was opposition. He
No,
was
that
standing
wasn't.
on this
No,
side.
he was in the middle, guys. He walked with Antifa
I do not
the
remember.
whole time. You didn't get that on...
No, I was,
Yeah.
there was too much going on. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Antifa was represented by a guy with the Antifa flag. If you had it...
I'll go back through the footage and I'll watch today. But
Well, okay, so you're making your case. What about Antifa and what about that?
What I'm saying is, if the cops okay, and you had more people that that were representing, say, Lodi against BLM or defund police or whatever, okay? So what I'm saying is, human nature, me knowing human nature, okay, all of a sudden you start verbalizing, all of a sudden you get pushing and shoving, all of a sudden you get fucking beat downs.
Right.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. So then it's going to be, you know, big clash.
Of course, that's
there.
predictable.
And who's going to get their ass beat? The smaller grouped people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's why the cops said, fuck that. We need to be here to protect everybody, but mostly the people that got a permit. And I respect that. That's why I came here dressed. You see, I'm in neutral colors. I don't have an American flag on. I don't have anything that says this or that, because I do not want to draw attention to myself.
Let me put a different situation on that, okay? So this is Lodi.
Right.
Now, I did live stream over there in Loomis.
Okay.
And it was the opposite, okay? Where the crowd size of the BLM was bigger than the other one.
Okay.
And yet, when situations happen, the police over there didn't interfere or de-escalate the same way they did here. So this is like a couple of few times.
Do you think this was a good way how they did it?
Safely wise, yes.
I think they should have held the line a little bit better.
Yeah, but there's example. There are multiple examples.
Right.
That was only a few examples that you saw that witnessed the day. But I've seen hundreds of days where it's the opposite.
Right.
Or they Okay.
high-fiving like the Placer
Well,
Bill.
and
Yes.
They were out
what
high-fiving
happens
the
is
guys with
you
hanging out
have,
nooses.
You have the mayors, and you have, like in Seattle, the chief of police there, the lady, she stepped down because the mayor's saying, don't get involved and allow the shit to happen. You see what I'm talking about?
It's very complex over there. My wife has been there for like 60 plus days.
Right.
And I can't speak on her about what happened over there, but my team are live streaming over there every single day.
Right.
And the fact that they have it's a way more complexity than what's happening over here.
Okay.
And that right there is an example of what's going to happen in every cities. When feds are coming in here unidentified.
And that's why, no.
No.
We disagree.
Well, you're going to have to, because we went to
my reasoning behind it?
No, not yet. I'm going to tell you, in Kenosha, Wisconsin, we caught undercover cops arresting people, right? And then they were trying to arrest us being a journalist, not knowing that we caught them red-handed without any license plate, without any badge numbers, without any identifications, right? And so what would happen if that is in your city? And they start taking people randomly. If they just take you randomly, like why are you being taken, right? There's no reason, right? So they detain you, they interrogate you, and then they leave you in the middle of nowhere, because that's what happened.
Okay.
What would happen? What would you do in that situation?
First thing, I wouldn't put myself in this situation.
But even if you didn't, you would still be put in that situation. What would you do?
Okay. What I'm saying is, people put themselves in situations, okay? They're making choices, okay? So, I mean, you can like it or not like it.
It's not like it. It's just there's that, and then there's this. And both of them happened at the same time. The reality is, whether you have a choice or not, you're going to be put in that position for some reason.
So let me talk about Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, people were breaking in to the...
you mind holding this? Continue. I got to talk.
Go ahead.
People were breaking into the federal buildings over there. That's why Trump called in.
Some of those protesters ended up being
arrested. Do you want to know what happened there? Would you like to?
Okay.
No, would you like to know what happened, what led up to that? Because I watched it every night, like for 3 to 6 hours. Right. Every night. I watched the development of it. I watched what led up to that night.
Right.
And then I watched the continuation of that night.
Okay. So, think about it like this, guys. Pretty simple. If you are screwing around with a federal building, the president has the authority to bring in federal troops to protect the federal buildings.
Right.
Okay, that's what happened. If you don't like it, if you are part of the problem and doing that behavior, then there's going to be consequences. And if you get caught up in it, then you're going to get the consequences. And you can say that's complex or whatever,
for like
but
2 weeks.
Don't put yourself in that situation.
If I don't put myself in that situation, then we won't be able to document what's really happening as the reality, right? So I'm here doing good troubles so that everybody in this country who are sitting at home and watching it.
But you weren't the one.
Because no one else is doing it. Who else is doing it?
Setting stuff on fire, though.
No, I'm not.
Right.
But I somehow put in that.
There? And
we were. My wife was there. This is my wife right here.
Hi. How are you? Hi. How are you? Good.
Yeah. So she has all the experiences regarding on what happened in Portland. She was in the middle of the fights between a Trump supporter and BLM over there too, where she got shot and almost died. That's not good. She is doing everything she can, but
well, I'm glad to hear that.
With all of this, it's just
see. My thing is, I don't want anybody getting hurt. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be polite, kind, and get along with each other.
I understand that, and that's the goal. But somehow it always gets miscommunicated, and there's political sides at this point.
What happens is,
like, why can't we just remove out of that and just step back?
But what happens is, I see if people are throwing temper tantrums and starting shit on fire and destroying businesses that people build up all their life, it's not a good optic. You see what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And when it's not a good optic, people in the middle class go, no, I can't get behind that movement. You see what I'm talking about? So basically, they end up shooting themselves in the foot by saying that that's okay, or it was only a fire going on behind me, and it's really not that bad today. Well, it's scary to people, and when it's scary, people have a visceral reaction to going, I don't want that in my community. And I think that's what Lodi said today is, we're going to get mutual aid from all these different police departments, and we're going to make sure that this does not happen in Lodi. That what happened in Sacramento does not happen here.
I'm not maliciously doing anything, and also I'm in public, so I mean anyone can be here. Tons of people have cameras, and anybody could record anyone's license plate. So just let that be known. There's no need to send people over to talk to me because I'm aware of what I'm doing, and I'm not doing anything malicious. And if you're paranoid or afraid people are going to find you, then you should probably not go to public places.
Oh, this is going to pass without justice. Amen? Amen.
Page, we were in down.
It's been almost 2 weeks since Jacob Blake was shot. What is our city done to promote justice in the last 2 weeks?
They grounded us.
They grounded us.
They grounded us.
They babysit people. They did a curfew. They protected an empty building. And you know what? None of that has anything to do with justice. They have not done one thing to bring more justice into our community. In 2 weeks. That is an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment for all of us who are Kenoshan, who pay taxes here, who live here. We need our city to seek justice, not to seek order. And so I think it's something one of our neighbors at Grace Lutheran posted. And yet, thanks be to God for the neighbors who've been fighting for justice for a long time. But one of our neighbors posted this for some things that the city should be thinking about. She's part of Black. 1, if we have justice in the city, we need to charge the 4 officers that were there immediately. That's right. It's been 2 weeks. When are we going to get justice in this city? No charges. Yeah, amen, right? We need some justice and we need those officers charged. 2, if we're going to have justice, we need transparency. Right. The city better start releasing the footage it has. Better be opening it up to the public. Who pays for their salaries? We do. We do, right? We do. All right, 3, we need to terminate the police chief. And the sheriff. We need some accountability for KPD. And so by 12 o'clock on the last day of this year, we need a citizens review board that watches over what KPD does. I was at a meeting on Monday. I think we have, 3 KPD officers who are Black? Is that right?
Don't know if I do. I just set it down.
Also, by the end of the year, we need more Black officers, and I would suggest that the city should be hiring Isaac Wallner right now. I don't know why they're letting the grass grow under his feet, but we need to get some Black cops to make this more equitable and more just.
It's okay if you don't. It's good. It's fine.
I live the next town.
Amen. Say that again, louder.
I'm here.
Now you want to control the
Cops who live in our communities, police our communities.
But I watch yours.
And then the last thing that my neighbor suggested is this. But by the end of this year, we need to start defunding KPD. And we should be using those funds to bring jobs into our community, especially for our Black neighbors. We need to bring mental health and health care into our communities.
Yes. Big time.
And we need to be investing in education. Amen. Amen. So as we talk today about coming together, it doesn't mean much if we come together and there is no justice. And so it is a privilege to be marching out here with you all, but let's not quit. The march for justice is long, and it's going to take endurance, and we need to be ready to keep coming out here each day, each week, until Kenosha is more just. Amen.
Who's Kenosha? Who's Kenosha? Who's Kenosha? Who's Kenosha? Show me what Kenosha looks like. This is what Kenosha looks like.
Because his parents threatened to kick him out of his fucking house. But I happened, so they want to speak some truth, huh?
You on the microphone. Good thing.
All right, everybody. So I do want to piggyback off what you said. I want to highlight one thing. Our children, our homes, our future. And we need to uplift our youth. Our youth are lost in this world. Our youth are being beat up. physically and mentally in our school system, and teachers aren't doing anything about it to protect them, protect their livelihood, and their mental. Amen. Now we need to advocate and attend these school board meetings, tell our schools to quit ignoring our children. It's not enough to sit them at a desk, hand them schoolwork, shove words down their throat, and then let them just, that's it. They need to grow as who they are as individuals and not follow a ritual from years past that most of them put in the street. They'll have the skills to survive. They're not getting taught real life skills in school. They're simply not. Is it important to get an education? Yes, but it should not just be read a book, have some math, have some English, have your core basic classes in school, and that's it. What about their individuality? What about who they are? What about finding out what's in their heart, how they're progressing? What about teaching them how to have a voice? What about showing them no matter what they look like, who they are, that they matter? When a bully comes up to them in school and acts upon them who they are, a teacher steps in and says, no, this is not the way. Our kids are with our teachers almost as much as not more than they are with us at home during the school year. They're an extension of our family. That's how she looked at them. They're an extension. We are trusting them to raise our kids with us. They're not just teachers. That's too simple of a term. That lets them off too easy. They are more than that. And yes, the school board controls a lot. It's not just teachers. They're limited as to what they can do with some. Don't care. We all know that. But still, the school board needs to come down and let them know that we are raising the community's children. Just like a daycare, it's no different. A school is no different. Not people send their kids to school. We are trusting them to lift them up, give them the tools to discover who they are, discover the passions in their heart, and at the same time, yes, teach them what they need to know, but not let them lose their individuality, not let them suffer through bullying. We are losing way too many kids to suicide.
Yes.
To suicide because they are bullied and nobody wants to step in and stop it. And yes, people have mentioned, I had a conversation on Facebook to my lives on what we can do about our schools. People all the time say, have more counselors available in school that these kids can come and talk to. And when they act out, don't just give them detention. Maybe they're acting out for a reason. It's a cry for help, and we ignore that cry. So it's time to reform our schools, as well as we've been talking about reforming the police department. Our schools need to reform
and our
too.
human services. Human services, our social workers do not make enough.
There's a lot of reform that our city needs that we got to touch on. And ultimately, a lot of our issues that we have with the adults that are at the power at be lack that education in school. Because like I said, our children are our future. So 10, 15 years from now, when these children start to be part of our adult world, they start to come in these jobs, they start to get into the government, are they going to be our future that strives and reach for justice, or are we going to continue the same way we're at now? We have the power to advocate for them and create a better situation for them to be in. So you have the power to attend the school board meetings. There was one last night, 2 nights ago, and you were able to go there to advocate and voice, to advocate for our children. And if you have children, I empower you to please be there. If you don't have children who were once in these schools here, I empower you to please be there. Take up their whole entire night. Don't let them go home if you have to. Because our children matter. Now when it comes to the police, the hot topic, defunding, reforming the police, what do? What does that look like? We need some description, we need to describe that, let's break it down. Our police need diversity. I don't know if you guys saw the news. Trump has taken away diversity training in all corporate tech sectors.
That ain't right.
They are no longer allowed to train on diversity.
That ain't right.
It's legal. You can do it, but it's not right. If you can do it, doesn't make it morally right. Here's the problem with that. We already have an issue with racism in America. And now we're going to take away heritage of African Americans, heritage of Hispanics, heritage of Asian people, heritage of Native Americans. All this training that they're receiving to understand that we are not all the same when it comes to our background. But the core of that is, not to say that, again, we're all human first, but we all have different walks of life. We have to be approached differently, we talk differently. There's different cultural differences. You approach them around the street, and you need to learn about how to understand how to work with them, especially for a police officer. Out there, the front lines, protecting our nation, they're dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. So how do they relate? They don't have to be the same race as me to understand how to work with me.
Say that again?
They don't have to be the same race as me to understand how to work with me.
That's right.
Just like I said, we're all human first. It just comes down to that basis of understanding. When a cop approaches me, he's a human. I'm going to do all I can do to preserve his life. Everything I can do before I pull my gun. I'm not going to let what I was taught as a child, what I grew to learn, to take me away from my job to preserve human life. That's how they should have to do their job, to preserve human life, not to take human life. I understand. Sometimes things happen, and they have to use force. I get that. But there's way too much of these things going on where it's like, did you have to do that? Was that your fear? Is that how you were trained? We need to dig in to these police departments for reform. Not only that, our police officers need to be trained better how to handle a call, how to handle somebody without pulling a gun. People have recommended having them take classes such as karate, resistance, learning things, how to combat somebody without using a gun. Less people die. You need to get more physically shaped. Some shapes are not afraid because they can't fight somebody. Yep. Our cops are more and more out. I'm not judging people out of shape. But when you take that job, though, you have to be at your top shape so you can do your job the right way. You shouldn't be pulling a gun on somebody because you can't go hand in hand with them.
Not at all.
You can't do that. And there's not a whole lot of restrictions and guidelines. There is when you have to be a cop. You got to meet a certain benchmark. You got to run a mile in this amount of time. You got to do this many sit-ups. You got to meet a certain guideline to be in it. But once you're in it, whatever. They don't care. They don't. So that's why you have cops out there. They may not even be racist. They may just be afraid because they can't fight the guy. So instead they shoot the guy. Simply because they're not strong enough. The ego got hurt and they're going to fight the guy because they don't take care of their health the way they should be. Because departments don't allow them to do so.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
So people say, well, maybe it's not racism. All right. Then we have other avenues to go. Maybe it's not. But what if just simply they're not physically fit? Either way, it doesn't make it right.
Amen.
We can argue all day if it's racism or not. But the fact is people are unjustly getting shot for whatever reason. It's not right. It's not right. Regardless if it's racism or not, it doesn't make it, just because it's something else doesn't make it right. I have people all day in my inbox saying, well, maybe it's not racism. What if you have black friends on Facebook? Check his Facebook. That's fine. Then it's not racism. But that means you can still shoot somebody in the back 7 times because it's not racism?
Hell no.
No. We have to dig in our police departments and really reform them. And I empower people of different ethnicities to please, if you ever thought about it, to be a police officer, to get in law enforcement in one way or another, now's the time to step up. So we can change it from the inside out. Don't let nobody tell you, if you get in there, that you're a sellout, because you're not. And it's time that we start to uplift our black brothers and sisters who are police officers and not put them down. I've seen too much of that, and I'm tired of that. If you turn them down, isolate them, for what? We're trying to fight racism, not add to racism. I should not see videos of people cussing out black servicemen, black police officers, calling them sellouts. That's part of the problem. We need to be part of the solution. Not many people want to talk on that, but it's the truth. Because they want to take a job to be a police officer, a serviceman, to uphold our Constitution, does not make them sellouts. They are courageous for taking that job, especially in today's America, where they know they're going to get paid from the white people and from their own race. They get it from, there's no way for them to escape it. We need to stand up as well and teach our black brothers and sisters that they're not the sellouts, that they're there to do their job, to uplift it as well. They're getting racism from all over the place. They can't escape it at all, not even in their own community. They're being called sellouts. So where do they turn to? What have they done? If our own race judges them for being a police officer. So it's time we uplift them. I myself want to be a police officer. So I have to mention that. I been about surgery for 2 months to do that. People are like, well, you still want to be there? You just get paid from outside. I do. Because people like other black brothers and sisters, Hispanics, have an opportunity to go in there and help change from the inside out. There's other ways to fight this, there's other ways to advocate. We need black police chiefs, black sheriffs, black lieutenants, black detectives, black people in government. It's time that we start to rise up in the ranks of America. Minorities need to rise up in the ranks of America and be part of the government, be part of the people who make these policies and make these changes. Again, I'll circle back and start at home. We gotta teach our children to love, respect one another, to empower them to be the best they can be. We gotta fight for our schools, as you were saying, so they can tear what we just put in them down. That's all I have right now. We're going to continue our march. I appreciate you guys listening. We're going to get back in our cars, pick up all our stuff. Make sure you keep the car clean, water bottles, garbage, please pick it up. So we're not going to leave a footprint. We're going to clean it up. We're peaceful. We're going to give them no reason to shut darkness on this month. Clean it up. Let's move on. Ladies and gentlemen, real quick. When I say human, I want you all to say it first. When I say human, I want you all to say it first. What did you? Human. 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 No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Human. First. Human. First. Whose lives matter? All lives matter. There we go. Whose lives matter? Louder, people. I know we can get louder than that. Whose lives matter? All lives matter. Whose lives matter? Our lives matter. Whose lives matter? Our lives matter. Let's go march.
Right. So there we go. We heard from Isaac. It is now 3:49. All right, well, so dang, you could tell that I'm tired, huh? Where's the? This is in Kenosha. not in Portland. Yep. This is Kenosha. So. Hey. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it.
Good job.
Thank you. So, like, now the march is going to continue. I believe they are headed back to Lincoln Park. All right, so since I have you here, so I believe they are also streaming on the Human First Project Facebook page. I'm pretty sure. So what I'm going to do is I am going to allow them to stream the remainder of their march once they get back. So I would say just look up the Human First Project. Oh, of course. No problem. Crystal, right? Yep.
Crystal.
I remember Crystal. Yep. Crystal Mack.
Yeah, it's Walner now.
Walner
I'm
now.
Isaac's sister-in-law.
Oh, nice.
So it's good
How
to
you
see you
been?
again. I'm good.
That's good. That's great. Yeah,
I
like.
don't get to come here too often because I'm a healthcare worker. So.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I work in assisted living out on 80th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Terrace out there. So.
Okay.
This
Nice,
happens to be my weekend off.
Oh, nice. Well, it's good that you come out and support and everything.
My little guy with the black hair and the wagon there is my son.
Nice. Aw. How old is he?
He just turned 5 in April.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got my daughter's 6, so it's kind of close.
Yeah. Yeah, usually he goes to Grant, but right now he's
Oh, nice.
doing the Wisconsin Virtual Academy.
Right.
That just started this week, so gotta get used to that.
Yeah, I know.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it was definitely nice seeing you too. All right, well, there you guys have it. The march is going to continue up. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but I believe they're headed back to Lincoln Park. So like I said, I'm gonna let them finish streaming the rest of the event on their end. So if you guys are interested in seeing the remainder of the march, please check out the Human First Project on Facebook. Follow their page. All right, let me see. Someone here is live. I've seen quite a few people here that are live. Was it Kyle? Is Kyle Flood live? I think so. I know I'm yawning so bad. I'm super tired. Kyle is not streaming right now. Someone has to be streaming. I'll figure that out and let you guys know. But I need to.
Guys are not following.
Yeah, see, they have a live stream. Or did you hear it? Let me see. Alright. So I think they said that they are live, so check it out. I need to sleep probably, which is probably not gonna happen, but man. I see it. Yeah, I'm sorry about the yawning. Yeah, I'm nothing. I don't know. Alright, well, either way, I have a few tasks that I'm going to accomplish because
So what other rallies and protests are going on? Anything else?
through the week, I'm not sure as of yet. I know I have like a bunch of like event invites that I have to just check out and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been like super overwhelmed, honestly.
I know. That's
So
what I was saying. Like, you know, I took on, I think, a little too much with the skateboarding and trying to get the craft fair thing. And I'm just a normal Joe. I don't know what I'm doing.
no, I feel you.
You know, so I was like, maybe I should go on a hike and unplug for a second.
Yeah, just to kind of like, you know, hit the reset button kind of. Yeah, I definitely feel that.
You can't help nobody else if you're not helping yourself.
Exactly. I know. I feel that. Yeah, I feel like I need to sleep for like 2 days or something like that, and yeah, get back.
Yeah, just say like, hey, I'm signing out for the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I'm still trying to like get accustomed to like doing that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
But then you don't want to because, you know, you're here to help people.
yeah.
And you don't want to just, you know.
Yeah, true that. It's just, yeah, it's complicated. Yeah.
But you find the balance.
Yeah. A little bit of trial and error, but you know.
It's funny, I met Daniel like 2 days before I knew, like, you know, what he did to try to make a change.
Oh, wow.
And we were like spray paint and what, I had no idea, like, who. So I was like, I'm glad I met you before you became famous. Like a day before.
It's just how the stars align,
That's
right?
how I am so clueless, you know. I don't really know about it. I'm just trying to do my part.
Right.
You know.
I mean, that's the only thing that really matters, right?
Right.
Yeah, so. Yeah, all the extra stuff is like kind of like, honestly, even me, I'm like, I was really just, you know, thought I was just helping out a little bit.
Right.
It brings a lot of pressure.
But you know, that's what needs to be with the change, you know, the truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah. The record is the record, so.
Well, part of my story that I struggle with is, you know, my birth story came from racial injustice within the system. You know, my birth dad was my mom's parole officer. And he got terminated.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's the thing. And there was a lot of, like, racism involved.
Damn.
So I struggle with this movement because, you know, I was born through that. You know, I kind of lived it.
Yeah. Oh, I feel that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how, like, you know, certain life experiences, you know, kind of will guide you in a certain way, you know? And how it, like, always seems to, like, be, like, an integral part of your existence.
Yes.
That you realize, like, when you're an adult and stuff. I feel kind of the same way about, like, my whole upbringing and everything, so, yeah.
Yeah, there's so much in it where, you know, I want to share it, but I think it's a very overwhelming story. Even for me, I just learned about it this year. So sometimes when I share it to someone I entrust, I get, like, emotional.
No, I feel that. No, I definitely feel that.
But, you know, I feel eventually I have to share my truth because that
Right by the North Linwood Park.
The reality of the injustices in the system. Things being swept under the rug.
Right. Yeah, and other people with similar experiences, you know, being able to make amends with it and stuff and kind of move forward and stuff too. It's just super important.
Yeah.
Especially for like young people, you know.
Before it falls again, I had to reach my hand over this fence. But going back to this event.
Exactly.
Well, then they got to fight a little less when they get to our stage.
Right.
Don't hate on the National Guard.
Yeah, they're just doing what they're told to do, pretty much, you know.
Yeah. Well, they delivered some things to the community that help. And I helped them with that this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good.
So every time someone is like talks crap about the National Guard, I'm like, they're helping me more than you know.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's literally not their fault at all. Yeah. Yep.
But you know, everywhere you're gonna have your people with their set ways and their racist minds.
Always. Well, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
overwhelm them with non-racist minds and intentions.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Well. That's what's up. Really filming, like really live. Are you live? What page are you live on?
I'm pretty sure it's just his face.
Да прати така.
That was 8 minutes. Imagine what George Floyd felt like for 8 minutes on hot pavement on his face, crying for his mother, begging for his life.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show you what's going on. All have opinions, but I just wanted to show you what's here. Sure.
You say this? This is where a 30-year check goes. That 30-year check that they spent is right here, being wasted. This could be spent on resources for the homeless. This could be spent on, I don't know, reopening the library system. This could be spent on any which or what cause. But look at what they're spending on. Look what they're paying all these cops top dollar.
Hi, Nancy. How are you doing? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I have my mask on. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you.
Look, there's some money on the ground right there. Look at that paper.
protest
Calling out Nina's name. This is a man who has been stalking Nina.
On the left side, let's start marching.
His name is Justin Faulkner.
On the left side. Everybody on the left side, we're going to move out. Move out, everybody. It's okay. Hey, do not engage. Quiet. Do not engage, please. Do not engage. Everybody, keep going. That way. Hey, if you are... Listen to black voices. I need you to march that way, please. This way! This way!
Come on, Nina. Nina. Where's Mindy?
Let's go.
Where's Mindy at? Marlo. We need to
Hey, everybody, this way. This way. Turn around. This way. Turn around.
Go get
this
Nina.
way.
Hey, go get Nina.
Nina.
I'm not going to let her go. Take everybody else. Starting to march, guys.
Keep going. Let's go.
We're going, we're marching.
Move out.
Right, we're going right. Let's go.
That man has been stalking one of the leaders. He's an ex-boyfriend. Very disgruntled. See the hate on display here in Newport Richey.
Keep going. Keep going. Not down that way. Keep going straight. That's straight. That's a dead end. That's straight.
Apparently that's a dead end.
No, there's a cop. It's a dead end. They just said it's a dead end. Yeah, turn right. Yeah. If we walk straight down, that is the way off. Yeah, we're good.
Everyone on the sidewalk. Now, please.
I got it. I got you, cooler. I got it.
Let's go, y'all. We gotta move.
Sidewalk. Now, please.
You're not recording.
All right, everybody move. All right, y'all. Come on, y'all. Keep going.
I'm trying to get an eye on my son. Trying to get an eye
Let's go, everybody, please.
That's all I need to see is that.
These other guys. I'm sorry, I don't want to. These like really weird ones.
I mean, you heard they came up and started yelling white lives matter.
Yeah. Have they been like following you this whole time?
Mr. Altman, Mr. Morris, Debbie Mann, what do you have to say to this? You told us if we were silent. You told us if we were not antagonistic, that you would support us. So where are you? You sat in your chamber and told us if we were quiet and we were respectful, you would support.
Trying to get everybody moving. Keep it going. Over. Yeah, you gotta keep going, y'all.
Pretty gross, right? Screaming, get out of our town.
These guys seem to be following, but possibly only to the street.
Police department, bitch ass.
1, 2, come on, bitch.
They talking shit at the police department. Like, word, really?
Hey, you're gonna hold up the march. You guys stay there.
I'm not with you.
Oh, they're not leaving here.
Seem to be crossing the street yet.
Come away from the police department!
This is a silent march. Look.
Oh, I want to kill this motherfucker
Don't
right
do
now.
it. You won't fuck it up. Today's silent. It's on purpose. You get it. Alright, cool.
You alright?
Yeah.
You sound like your name get scared.
Every time you're out here, we're out here. That was the proud voice. Every effing time. There's that word right. Come on, city council. Where are you?
You're the
Come on out.
grandmaster of fame.
You sat in your chambers and you told us how peaceful.
Sorry about last week.
If we were peaceful, support us. So come out. Let's go. Put your money where your mouth is.
They're staying at the police line.
Oh, that shit hurts off me, man. I remember that one person's face. I looked at him. And I see you again. You're away from everything. Oh, you're mine now.
We watched the live video. We seen the live video and we said we needed to come and join you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I seen it. And I was like, oh, babe, you gotta come here.
Hey, that guy right there is a superhero. He's there just to help people.
Thank you so much.
Be protected. I love this guy.
You're the reason why I'm here now. When I seen that, I'm like, yeah.
He's the ultimate ally.
Thank you.
Yeah. Real shit. Love the guy.
Hey. Pretty good. Can't talk
You can see they changed the route to avoid conflict.
Probably about, yeah,
Everybody clear out!
Kimball, and I'm in the front of the march.
That time what would be a sovereign citizen. Okay, so at some point you actually got to go back and invalidate that, and it matters from an Alberta standpoint. You know, if you're all considering independence, that's the thing that's going to break it all down. You have to have that transaction of HBC selling sovereign land and people marked as illegal, because that's a slave trade, right?
Right.
And then what they did is then they started settling it, right, with British subjects, right? But prior to that, I mean, if you go back before 1867, it was New France, and it only became Europe, and he overextended and attacked Russia. So he lost, he got his nuts twisted, and then he gave up Canada, right? He gave up New France. And that's how it became Canada, right? So you have to look at that Rupert's Land transaction. That is a very critical piece of history that is often brushed over. Most people don't really, Alberta, Saskatchewan, 1905. Well, no, there's a history that goes back much longer, right? Like, I've got a fur trader ancestor that has a lake named after him just on the other side of the oil sands, right? So when they say they're going to shut our energy down, well, I look at it through that prism. I look at it as, I'm a 10th generation Canadian, they're not going to do this to us, right? And so I've tried to unwind and figure out, well, how did we get to this cluster in terms of having multiple tiers of citizens, right? So it seems that the people that belong here, the First Nations, they get treated the worst. And then you got the second set of the multi-generational Canadians. Well, they're getting treated the worst, and now the new people are coming in, and they're using the new people to control the old people.
Right.
Right? So when we talk about, First Nations water, stuff like that, well, Justin Trudeau committed $2.5 billion to solve the water crisis, right? But he only finished 50% of the job. He was supposed to finish that in 2019. He didn't do that, right? So, I mean, it's a crown. We're a crown corporation. We're a crown colony, right? And it's run out of Quebec. That's where we're at. And the Quebecers know it. They showed up to Ottawa. They were the biggest voices there.
Yes, they were.
They know all about this, right? Anyways, I just wanted to mention that. Look it up.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up for sure.
Yeah, no, look it up. So
What's the keyword to look up?
Rupert's Land Act.
Okay.
It's the Act of British Parliament, 1868. Yes, sir. Yeah.
So here's more evidence to prove the theory behind the isolation of this pandemic was the biggest fraud around. Listen up.
You want to speak today? Thanks, buddy. We got to try to wait for that.
This is a government site.
.gov.
Hold on here.
Come here in the shade a second. We'll film it real quick, and then you can read it. We'll film it so that people can see. Come down. I want to see the site. We'll film it, and people can see that it's a government site. Yeah. Well, I need the front page. The front page is for sure. That way people can see it is a true government site. Right on the front page on the top here. It's got .gov.
All right, don't tune away.
Government, but nonetheless. Yeah, but it's going to pay.
We're about to do the speeches here.
Okay. It's a government site, no matter how you look at it.
It's an Australian website, but nonetheless, this is a global-wide fraud, and all of us are getting sick and tired of this. Months ago, hold on.
Hello, Monica. Yeah, see much. Too sunny out here. Too sunny out here.
I'd like to know why we're not allowed on the steps.
Well, let's try. That's right.
Because we're not government.
So,
we're not government sponsored, so we're not allowed up there.
below is a screenshot. Oh, sorry.
It's the only reason.
Really raw here. Below is a screenshot from the Public Health Ontario's website showing an example of the insane and fraudulent nature of the COVID-19 testing. Public Health Ontario has been confirming COVID-19 cases based on one PCR test for NRE sequence, not a virus. IE is the E gene. The
gene is said to be part of the genome of various viruses and has never proven to be part of the never proven to exist COVID-19 virus. You can verify this for yourself at http://n/laboratory-services/n/information-index/COVID-19.
We'll take a picture of that after.
Yeah. And it is here. I'm going to pass this around to people. The sheriffs, I suggest you guys read this too. We need you. Health Canada has apparently seen no need to ensure that the deadly virus has actually been isolated from a patient sample by anyone, ever, anywhere on the planet, and has no records indicating that it has been. So, not enough proof? It gets better. Virus isolation and other basic COVID-19 science is simply an article of faith with Health Canada. What a lie. Below is a screenshot of the request I submitted to Health Canada via email. Note, this person made a typo in this date when submitting the request, which is, I hear fulfilling rumors that all of these communications are actually fake, as he has nothing better to do with my time than spend hours creating fake emails that have never actually been sent and fake responses letters from government institutions on their fake letterhead. Something he's sure he could get me to do in a lot of trouble if he actually did it. This is from Health Canada and Australia. Australia is being locked down for safety precautions. Wake up, everybody! It's been proven time and time again. It is now September. We've been doing this damn thing all summer.
Tensions have flared.
This is a fraud. Please, pass this around and show it to our wonderful police force. Enough's enough, and things are going to get really scary quite soon. Thank you all for being here, and your beautiful smiles, again, I said, cannot be contained with any sort of muzzle. Who else is sick and tired of this? Because a lot of us are getting really tired of this. I don't hear you. Let them know you're angry.
Yeah!
Hopefully people start waking up. We're not conspiracy theorists. This is the truth. We have been screwed so bad that for generations to come, the damage is going to be irreversible. Wake up before it's too late.
Hey, Cody, can you stream me?
Sure.
You gotta hold the battery.
Do I?
Or put it in your pocket.
We have Joshua Switzer, the angry Albertan.
All right, last week I went on a 20-minute tirade. We're shooting for 10 minutes today, so.
Awesome.
Thank you all for being here. Let me draw your attention to someone who puts out excellent analysis of the numbers. His name is Dan Tignordi on Facebook. His little charts are awesome. If you want the government data put into a form that actually makes sense, follow that guy on Facebook. That's where I've been getting these numbers. So let's begin with a quick update on the latest numbers from Alberta. We have now conducted over 1 million COVID-19 tests. Each test costs the taxpayer an estimated $50. There goes $50 million. Of those now over 1 million tests, 990,519 of them have come back negative. So far, 14,482 people have tested positive. The serology tests estimate that another 70,706 cases have been in the province. So there's a total of 85,188 people who are suspected to be COVID positive or were in the last 6 months. Currently, of those 85,000 people, have they clogged our hospitals? You can say no.
No.
Have they clogged our ICUs?
No.
Are we tripping over dead bodies?
No.
I mean, we saw those people dying on the streets in Wuhan. Have we seen that anywhere but Wuhan?
No.
Like, our hospital staff sat around at their stations
making TikTok videos for 3 months. 3 months.
And making...
We're still in this situation.
And making $167 to boot an hour.
So currently there are a total of 9 ICU beds in use for COVID-19 patients in the entire province. There are only 38 people in regular hospital beds with COVID-19 in the entire province. Let's talk about the 242 deaths attributed to COVID-19. 165 of them were over the age of 80. So out of the 242 deaths, 165 of them were over the age of 80, which I'll have you know is over the average life expectancy. 53 of them were between the ages of 70 to 79. 19 people died between the ages of 60 and 69, and there were 5 people under the age of 59 in total, and 0 people under the age of 19. So from 19 to age 59, there have been 5 deaths, and not a single child has succumbed within this province. So why the heck are they forcing your kids to go through this in their schools? Why are they? Somebody explain this to me. You know, we've been in phase 2 reopening. You've been free to come and please and do what you want. Yet kids have to go through this in schools. The churches are still empty. You're still not allowed to sing. Me yelling into this megaphone and sharing this megaphone is a violation of the guidelines put out by our Lord and Savior, Dina Hinshaw.
She's not anything but a savior.
Where are the bodies, people? You know, there is no evidence proving that asymptomatic spread is even a real risk. The viral load in an asymptomatic person is most likely not high enough to be contagious. Those are the words of Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci says that asymptomatic spread has never been the driver of a pandemic. So why has your idiot mayor, both in Calgary and Edmonton and surrounding areas, mandated masks when there's no evidence that asymptomatic spread is an issue? Like, how they get away with it is just...
I want everybody to read it.
If public school teachers were doing their jobs, we wouldn't be having this discussion. In my opinion, this appears to be nothing more than a typical flu season. The logical thing to do when faced with the evidence would be to get back to normal as quickly as possible. 60% of restaurants will not survive the next 90 days. Teresa Tam wants your activities restricted for another 3 years. This will kill all small businesses. The dry cleaner won't survive, the clothing shops, the shoe stores, entire industries will fail. With everyone working at home, who's going to buy a new car? The transit system will never run profitably. Uber drivers, taxi drivers are all screwed. Eventually, the response of the government to this pandemic will destroy everything we have worked for generations to build. Jason Kenney ran on a platform to cut spending and guide this province back into prosperity. Now look at him, the biggest deficit ever in the history of the province. Now today, even the turncoat Danielle Smith is calling for a provincial sales tax. Alberta's debt will be $100 billion by March 2021, according to our own finance minister. These are your COVID-19 numbers. Edmonton can't even afford to cut the grass.
That's right.
Or fix potholes.
When I look at the COVID-19 numbers, I see reasons for celebration, not fear. The numbers do not justify the fear. Compared to what we were told to expect, these numbers are nothing short of a miracle. The first thing Jason Kenney and Hinshaw should do is to celebrate and return our lives to normal. Forget phase 3, just drop the whole charade. The evidence does not support the government's possession that this is a deadly pandemic. The media and the government are still stoking the fires of fear and division. At a time when restrictions should be easing, all the government seems to be ramping up the restrictions. Masks required 6 months into a pandemic, well beyond the peak panic. Masks in the hands of the general public are less than useless. Coughing or sneezing into your own elbow is far more hygienic
than coughing or sneezing into the same mask for a week and transferring whatever is on your mask to your hands just because you can't leave it alone. Of course, whatever is on your hands is now transferred into a warm and moist incubator for fill on your face,
Joshua
also
Switzer.
known as
What's
a
his name?
mask.
Joshua Switzer.
These masks
Joshua Switzer? Yes, sir.
will be found to be the spreaders of disease by the time
Oh,
it
yes.
has settled.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Everyone
Okay,
points to mask adoption in Asia as a reason to do it here.
Who's giving the next speech?
People
I
in
have,
Asia wear masks
I don't know.
because the air
Can I
is
hop
so
up and get a quick
polluted
one?
you can't
Can I
breathe
hop
it
up and
without
get a
a
quick one
filter.
here?
I'm not, this
And
isn't
hey,
on
did
feature
you
in a
notice
minute.
that back when people were
I just don't know
dying
if there's an order
on the
yet.
streets
I don't know. I
with
wanted to speak
COVID,
first
that
because
all
of
the dead people
a
in
very,
photo
very
were
good
wearing
person came by
masks.
with some information.
Now
And I suck
we
at
are
doing
seeing
this. You
Canadian
computer guys are...
police assaulting, pepper spraying, and arresting people who refuse to wear masks in Montreal. In Banff, masks are even required outdoors. One blogger was approached by the RCMP 3 times.
I think Paul's going to do it next, and it's going to be...
That's
it. Okay.
Each time, when he said that he was exempt, the officers retreated immediately. I'm exempt are the magic words that will unlock these unlawful bylaws.
Absolutely.
No further explanation is required. If they ask you, is it a medical exemption? You reply that it is none of their business. And it's illegal for them to ask or deny service because of it. I had one business try to force me to wait outside for service. They think that separate but equal is acceptable. Separate but equal is not acceptable. This has already been fought in the courts. If this battle had not already been fought, colored people would still have separate but equal bathrooms. They would still be sitting at the back of the bus. I thought we had left those dark days behind.
Tell me about it.
Josh, do you want to? I got it. There are dozens
You might give
of
people your
legitimate
germs.
exemptions. Anxiety is enough to qualify for an exemption. You do not require a note. I hear reports that people are getting laid off and fired for refusing to mask up. These are legitimate human rights violations. I think monetary damages are justified.
Absolutely.
Speaking of employers, you wonder why we can't find professionals to come out and speak. They're all gagged. They are bought and paid for. This is what the Bible warns you about. People love their lives more than they love the truth. They are willing to let billions of people suffer just so they can pay their own mortgage. Well, these people have mortgaged their souls. Anyone who works for the government as a nurse or doctor is ordered to not make any remarks whatsoever to the media or in public, or they will lose their jobs. This goes for city employees, federal employees, and most corporations. Personally, I think freedom is worth the sacrifice.
Yes!
If you know a nurse, they will tell you about the 3-month period where they sat at their station doing absolutely nothing. Hospitals in the USA are going bankrupt from the dramatic loss of income during COVID. I say this to all of you. If you are in a position to speak the truth and refuse to do so to save your own skin, you are complicit in this unfolding atrocity.
Yes, Josh, you are right.
You have let your brothers and sisters be enslaved in the largest open-air concentration camp ever devised. This has gone more than far enough. Now we are seeing people in Australia arrested for simply organizing a protest. Police in one case broke down a man's door to arrest him over a simple Facebook post. You do not need to be a prophet to see where this is headed.
Not as long as I'm alive.
We are seeing the beginnings of a revolution. The parallels between what we see here today and what we saw in other communist revolutions or the rise of Hitler or any other tyrannical regime are undeniable. When do people start being disappeared in the middle of the night? When do we start hauling away the old, the sick, the disabled? Eventually they will kill the intellectuals. By the end, they will even kill all of these useful idiots that supported them all the way through. Forced masks are already here. Forced vaccines are on the way. And that's just the beginning. Do you support this revolution?
No!
Did you vote for this?
No!
What do you want?
Freedom!
When do you want it?
Now!
All right.
Are not up for grabs. There is no debate. All rights are not up for grabs. There is no debate.
Period.
Here you go. Hands are getting sweaty. You might have to disinfect this. Oh, see? I almost gave you.
I didn't know how to turn that on, and he was talking to people. I wanted to give you the microphone. I had no idea.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm
That's
so
all right.
sorry.
That's okay.
Busy talking to people.
There we go. It's because I might have to run.
Thanks, Josh. That was awesome. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. It was a great march, a little longer than we expected, but
Okay, buddy.
we all pulled through, so
We gotta
thank
run.
you very much.
Thanks, Rochelle. I got it, bud. Wicked, thanks, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Wicked speech.
I just wanted to tell you a little story about something that happened to us at the Stollery.
It's almost always
Go get this cast looked at.
Where, huh? Oh, just give me a sec, buddy. Okay, well, that marks the end of the live stream. That format with the march, everybody gets kind of tired by the end, and everybody just wanted to chit chat, which is fine. But I wrote a speech, so I had to say it. So, anyway, thanks for all for tuning in. I see we still got 32 of you kicking around in the stream. I think a lot of you have been there through the whole thing. That astounds me. So, thanks for watching. Give yourselves a pat on the back for suffering through that whole thing, and hopefully it was a little bit entertaining. And we'll see you guys all soon. Cheers.
And it truly does suck that I let the best woman that ever treated me right, Justin Faulkner.
Shut the fuck up.
Justin Faulkner, just so you know, let's go ahead and look. So don't play me. Don't play me. We all know why you out here, bro. Your heart's still broke, and that's why you stalked me and threatened my fucking life. Dumbass. I got plenty of those where they came from. Why don't I read the ones where I told him to leave me alone for weeks and weeks, and he kept texting me? I could keep going. There's a reason they gave me immediate restraining order, because I went in there and showed them his shit, and they gave me one immediately. Immediately. So guarantee this time, I'm gonna make sure that shit go through. No, I wanted them. That was the one I wanted them to have. That's the one I wanted them to have. Because Justin Faulkner is not. Did you hear the nigga just say my dad was a pedophile? Did you hear Ryan say I'm a pillhead? Fuck Justin. No, I just wanted to read an email so people can understand why he's saying I was crazy and I did this stuff to him. Well, I want it to be on camera. So when they hear Justin Faulkner, they know the email too. He used to buy my daughter shit, and then when he got mad at me, he'd go in my daughter's room, destroy her whole room, and try to take the toy back. One time she had a lizard. He was mad at me, he let the lizard go. That dude's psycho, bro. That dude is psycho, bro.
No shirt on. That's motherfucker. He called me a uncle. He called me everything else. When I see him again, when I'm in jail.
I'm a brother.
Let's get back to peacefully. We're not going to engage.
At the police department.
Okay, please.
The police department who did that shit.
Everyone is not a video server.
It's the police department. Nobody can know. About what happened. You know that's bullshit. The police department. He fucking called me that shit. No. That's not cool. Bigger person when it comes to that, really? No, it's not just words. My ancestors fought for this shit right here. Yeah, but you don't call this is all racist. You're not called anything racist. Really? Really? There's nothing worse than the fucking nigger courts funky all that shit. Then he used the racial slur and the cops telling him that he just has to deal with it. Telling him to let it go.
You right there, yeah. I'm gonna see you again. I promise you. Away from the cops. When I see you away from the cops, I'm gonna fuck you up. On my life, bro.
No.
Alright, your hands better be up to date. I ain't threatening you. It's a promise, motherfucker.
Small town.
You a bitch. You a bitch.
'Another White Lives Matter from across the street. They're about 60% antagonistic on their ratio. BLM, as you can see, hanging out playing music. $1.5K followers, he says. So he's gonna post it on his media page that has 1.5K followers. He was called the N-word by somebody holding a Confederate flag.
But he has to get over it, says the police. I wonder what's in the cup. It's got a case of Bud Light and an open cup. I wonder what's in the cup. They don't seem too concerned with what's in that cup. I wonder if the BLM marchers had any hint of an open container, what would happen? They didn't even check. Didn't even check for an open container either.
Not a thing. Look at all these things. Look at, and they're not doing a thing. Look at him. Oh, look at him. Oh. He's taking his beer and he's heading somewhere. Walking around the street. You'd rather have these people in the streets of Richey than you. City is. This is what you can do. Not that many Hey, Brianna thinks it's still happening. Yeah, let's do it. I'm afraid about that.
Gross. Of the marks.
Did y'all want to pick that? You want to talk about? Yes.
I'll be a moment of silence. I know. This is a silent march. Shut up! It's better to look it up than release me with no bond. That's the police right there.
Don't engage, Lena, don't engage. Lena, don't engage.
That's the sad part. The bike
Thank you for coming. You want to give the message to him? You can read it from that far? You want to take it to him? I just want to make sure Chief Bogart can read it from you too.
Sign says, I had to write this sign with the wrong hand because NPRPD broke the other one. And they assaulted her last week. They assaulted her and caused quite a bit of damage to her arm. She was not being detained. The officer acted emotionally and reactively. She was denied service at the hospital as well. That story will be breaking next week. Pasco's finest. Have no body cams here. Not required.
I just want to play that one. There's a specimen. Right there. Look at that specimen. That's the masterpiece that we got. Something else. Look at him. His Confederate flag. He thinks he is something else, my friends. Listen, I try not to be ugly, and I don't make fun of how people look, but dang, this will make it hard. Make it hard. His camouflage pants and his big old beer gun, he's gonna defend the orgy.
we're going to raffle it off about a number of things, but I guess start off talking about is the fact that you have been called a revolutionary, a militant. Much of the media has pushed you this way, talked about all over the world.
Robin, I'm your mama now. Don't worry about it.
You got some of your mamas right here.
Right?
She'll look after you. She's just mad because she's stuck with her brother and she call her back.
In order to create a world where human beings can live and love and be healthy and create, you have to completely revolutionize the entire scientific society. You have to overcome the economic pressure you have human individuals who are in possession of the vast majority of the wealth and the under the guise of revolutionary government, perpetrates the most incredible movement in our
Peaceful protesters. Lots of examples of when
Redneck Yacht Club. Okay, look today. Taking his beta with him.
to make sure that they can be safe. We shouldn't have to follow people home just to make sure they can have a good attack. We should be able to drive this stuff safely. We can't. These options
have eyes on Dina? Showed up alone, and then her reinforcements showed up, and now they've left her again. She's very dedicated. She's here every week.
In addition, the FBI and the state of New Jersey doubled the reward for the capture to $2 million. The court was convicted in the May 2nd, 1972 killing of a New Jersey state trooper during a shootout that left one of her fellow activists dead. Well, she was shot dead by police.
Yeah, like where are they?
Always hold the line in my town, she says. They were shouting about how they saw a lot of white people get jumped by BLM. That's what they were yelling about. It hasn't happened here. So there has been zero looting, $0 in property damage done by the Pasco Black Lives Matter march. $0. No looting, no rioting, no burning, no stealing. Staying on the sidewalks for marches.
Are you on live right now? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Are you on live from our page? Okay. Yeah, Kristen messaged me this morning and told me she wasn't going to come, but you'd be here. I was like, oh, okay. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Next week.
Thank you.
Yeah. The mayor of Newport Richey said that marchers should march, or they should silently chant. They should silently chant, and that would be acceptable. After they've issued thousands of dollars in noise ordinances to exclusively Black Lives Matter without fining the opposition at all, who have also used megaphones. Talking about the Black Lives Matter website. This is the counter protesters. There are literally 4 of them. And this is the BLM crowd here, peacefully standing on the sidewalk, getting harassed by Blue Lives Matter.
I know that I told them to make sure to keep an eye on the back in case there was any stragglers or anything. We can't see from here.
Defund the police! Defund the